Guys, today I'm going to show you this chart, and this is showing us something crazy happening for Bitcoin right now, and this is telling us what could likely happen for Bitcoin next. Guys, this is something you will want to pay attention to. Also, we're talking about Bitcoin on longer and on lower time frames. We're talking about altcoins, the Bitcoin dominance, what to expect here. We're talking a bit about Ethereum and altcoins in general. Thank you so much for getting back to the channel, guys. My name is Cristiano, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you are new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. And let's begin with Bitcoin here. And what we can see with Bitcoin is that we're finding support still of the orange line at $59,000. So this is still reinforcing my thesis that the level here around the orange box is very strong, seeing as we're finding the support even from the orange line above it. What we can also see is that we are seeing a little bit of a trend here. You can see that we're having a downward sloping resistance line and potentially also something like this. If you draw it from the wick, you draw a couple of candles, perhaps something like this. Now, this is very crude. I mean, this can still become maybe a falling wedge like this. It can become whatever. But right now, we do have something like this at least. And if we break this to the upside, you might see a little bit of a pop here. So that is something to consider for Bitcoin. If we go to the daily time frame, of course, we have this wedge we have been talking about. And if I, on the daily time frame, flip on the moving averages, you can see that we're still finding support of the 21 moving average here on the daily time frame, which is the orange line. So if we continue to break down here, you already know the next levels of support. Nothing has changed from yesterday. So we have the purple line down here at $53,000, which is the next moving average. But also, of course, we do have the big orange box here at $57,000, which I do believe is going to be very strong support if we do see that pullback. So I'm not going to repeat everything I said yesterday. I'm just going to say, like, yeah, things are still not looking too bad for Bitcoin. I still think that Bitcoin is going to go on a massive run once we pass this blue line here during the 25th of November. And yeah, that's what I believe, guys. That's what I believe. And barring if we have a complete meltdown in the entire world, you know, stocks go down, assets in general goes down. Of course, Bitcoin is also going to go down. Maybe that's going to invalidate this. But barring that scenario, barring the doomsday scenario, I do believe that we are going to see that massive run. And that's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm going to stick through. So one thing that is very interesting right now, actually, before I talk about that, another thing that is extremely interesting is this chart. So what this is the price action for Bitcoin, of course, in 2021. You have the candles here. And this is, I believe, on the daily time frame. And then you have the blue line here, which is the price in 2017 from July or from June. So basically what we can see is that from June of 2017, we are mirroring the price exactly here. So shout out to TechDev for this chart, but you can see that, you know, we've been trailing this, you know, very, very closely. We had a run up here in September. In October, we had a pullback here during, late September, moving into October. And then we had a pump, just like we saw in 2017. And then even the pullback here, we've had that pullback. We're mirroring this exactly. So yeah, this is kind of mind-blowing. But what this is showing us right now is that if we continue to mirror this, and I don't believe that we are going to, exactly mirror this at all times, but if we mirror this, and if we even, have anything, a resemblance to what we saw in 2017, then a big bull run is awaiting us. So we will see about that, guys. But so far, so good. Now, for the altcoins, you can see that the altcoins are actually not doing too bad. If I go to the altcoins here, you can see that many altcoins are doing 30%, 25% at Crypto.com. And what a call this was. I posted a video like, I think 1.5 months ago about Crypto.com and how I believe this was going to do well. Since then, I think it's up like 200%. So congratulations to everyone who got into Crypto.com there. But many altcoins are doing good, and many are actually outperforming Bitcoin severely. And you can see that in general, the Bitcoin dominance has been going down here, and this is on the weekly time frame. We had a little bit of a Bitcoin dominance pump here, but now it seems like we are looking to go down lower here. So some people are probably very anxious about this, because what we usually see is that once Bitcoin tops out, well, then the altcoins, they go on their own run, which can be also a top signal, because what you saw in 2017, like usually what you see is when Bitcoin tops out, the altcoins goes on a run. But the one thing you have to remember is if it is going to be the local top or if it is going to be the cycle top, which is very, very different. Because what you can see here if I take away all of this, actually, what you can see here in 2017 is that on the Bitcoin dominance, throughout the summer, the Bitcoin dominance was becoming stronger. So the Bitcoin dominance was becoming stronger, and at this point in 2017, Bitcoin was between $3,000 and about $5,000. So between 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 and 5,000, Bitcoin was becoming stronger until November, where the altcoins had a massive run here. In November, many altcoins did see a significant push. Kind of like you're seeing right now. You're seeing the altcoins do well in November. But the altcoins were being strengthened here in 2017. And then the Bitcoin dominance actually continued. So this is when Bitcoin went from $5,000 up to $20,000. And the Bitcoin dominance was becoming stronger. But once Bitcoin topped out at the all-time high, $20,000, that's when you saw the mother of all altcoin seasons, when you saw insane gains among the altcoins and the Bitcoin dominance just fell like a rock here. So in other words, what you're seeing right now, I do think is more like what you saw here in November of 2017. The altcoins doing pretty well, the altcoins are nowhere close to what you saw here in 2017. You're still having, Bitcoin holding up pretty well, and the altcoins not going on, crazy runs, but they are doing pretty well. They are going up by 30, 25%, many of them. And if anything, I don't think that is going to be this kind of cycle peak, but instead, I do believe it is going to be more like this, and that we are going to see a big run in Bitcoin, and then you're going to see a massive altcoin rally as well. So that's what I think, guys. That's what I'm thinking. All in all, what I am doing personally, I'm positioning myself in a couple of early projects, which I'm talking about here on the channel as well. I'm going to continue to try to bring you these smaller altcoins. I do believe it's going to do well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.